starting a challenge, okay? 60-day challenge. You're going to learn on how to make 60 different patterns. Oh my God. I'm teaching you something. I'm going to be teaching you for free. The only thing you have to do is to follow me up on my YouTube, subscribe on my Facebook. Follow me up on my Facebook. Anita Handmade Creation. For those of you watching on Facebook, for those of you watching on YouTube, follow me up on my Facebook. I also have a TikTok account, which is Anita Handmade Creation. So, like I said, 60-day challenge. We can do it. If I get tired, make sure you guys should come and remind me that you're not creating a challenge today, Anita. Come on, come on, come on, come on, right? You have to remind me. 60-day challenge. You can also support me up by YouTube, on YouTube, by subscribing. Subscribing is going to go a long way. Subscribing is going to go a long way. Subscribing is going to go a long way. So, I've just drawn a straight line. So you guys already know that I love teaching you step by step. I don't know this line here. What happened? I don't know. So we have drawn this straight line. I want to be able to use this pattern for both the front and the back. So we have to manage it. Fabric. You see what I'm just doing here? Fabric. It's pattern, not fabric. Okay. Alright, so I'm gonna move one piece aside. We should be. So when you are making a vest coat, this is a vest coat we're making. When you're making a vest coat, what you should have in mind is your measurement. You need to have your measurement, okay? You need to have those measurements. You need your measurement. Measurement, very important. To make a vest coat, you will need the shoulder measurement, the bust point measurement. If you really want it to be fitted, you can use, the under bust now, if you want to create some tags and all those things. Then if you want to use a princess dart, you can use an under bust, okay, bust point. And then waist, where it's going to be ending, because normally it's kind of where it's going to be ending. Let's just say something like that. What I'm going to do, I have just drawn a straight line, which is going to be the shoulder measurement. For those of you, Chris, you're just joining now, you're welcome. I said we're going to be making a 60-day challenge. 60-day challenge. Just imagine how many patterns you're going to have, how many projects you're going to create. 60 days challenge, okay? That's about 2 months. 60-day challenge, like I said, 60-day challenge, right? So why is this thing? Let me check. My phone is kind of bent. Yep. Okay. So like I said, we're going to be starting off. This is day 1 of the challenge. So we still have a long way to go. I have just drawn a straight line, which is going to be the shoulder line. Like I said, measurement, you'll be needing the shoulder measurement, the armhole depth line or the round armhole measurement, the bust point, the under bust if you want it to be fitted, the waist or where you want it to end. Need 1/4 of your round bust, 1/4 of your under bust if you're going to be adding on under bust, 1/4 of your waist measurement. All right. So let me go ahead now and start. First thing, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use up a pencil, if at all I have one. So I'm going to draw a straight line. like this, a straight line like this. From that straight line, this is going to be the buttonhole, and we'll be putting our measurement in from that straight line inward like that. This is not even a pencil, it's a color pencil. I don't know if... Okay, I have a pencil. I want a pencil so that I'll be able to raise it up, okay, later on. But anyway, that's what it is. So I'm gonna draw a straight line, which is going to be for the buttonhole. You can do 1 inch, you can do 2 inch, all right, for your buttonhole, depending on you. This is the straight line I've just drawn right now. The next thing I'm going to do is to put my measurement from this straight line inward. So I'm going to go ahead and mark my shoulder measurement. Taking my shoulder measurement, I have to take my shoulder measurement divided by 2, which is 14 divided by 2 is going to give me 7 inch. I'm going to go ahead and slant it down by 1 inch for the shoulder slope. Okay, from that 1 inch, I will move now. Why is this pattern even shorter? Okay, I'm going to move now to the armhole depth. Let's see what we have here. Yeah, what I have there is 19, which is good. So I'm going to move now to the armhole depth, which is a 7 inch. Armhole depth is by dividing round armhole by 2. You take round armhole divided by 2, or you take round bust divided by 6, then you add 1.5 inch to it. Once I'm done doing so, the next thing I want to do is to go ahead and connect it up. I will first of all, no, before I go ahead and connect it up, I'm going to go ahead and mark a normal neck depth, the basic neck depth I will normally use 3 by 3 inch for now. Remember, I said for now. Then I'm going to connect that part up. Like I said, we're going to be doing a 60 days challenge. I'm connecting it up like this. Then I'll connect my shoulder slope like that. And I'm going to connect up my armhole depth line, following up this 7 inch like that. After doing so, I'm going to come here and connect up my chest line. This is our chest line like this. Okay, once I'm done doing so, the next thing I want to do is to go ahead now, measure up whatever I have from this point to this point and divide that by 2, which is 7 inch divided by 2 is going to give me 3.5. 3.5, I will be going in by 1/2 inch. You can go in by, let me just do 3/4 inch. Now, once I'm done doing so, the next thing I'm going to do is to come to this line here on the chest line. I will put 1/4 of my bust measurement. My round bust I'm working with is 34. Divided by 4 is going to give me 8.5. I'm going to mark it up right there. After doing so, I will connect this point from this point to this point, from this one to this other one by using up my French curve. Like this, I'm going to place it up like so. You can use your free hand if you don't have a curve ruler. So this is what I have. Now, what we're going to do is to go ahead and measure from the shoulder to the bust point, which is 10 inch. Like I said, if you're going to making it a fitting one, if not, just go ahead and use your from shoulder to the bust point, from the shoulder to the waist. But let me just go ahead and do the under bust From shoulder to the underbust is 13 inch. From the shoulder to the length where it's going to be ending, I want it to be 18 and half. 18 and half. I will connect this up like this. Those points up with straight lines. Gonna do the same thing here. I'm also going to come here and do the same thing here. Okay, once I'm done doing so, the next thing I'm going to do is to go ahead and mark nipple to nipple, or bust band, some people call it bust band separation. Mine is 7 inch. Divided by 2 is going to give me 3 and half. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come here and mark my 3 and half. And up here, I'm going to mark 3 and half. Now, what I'm going to do is to come here. Let me first of all go ahead and draw that line up. All right, so I'm going to draw this line up first. First of all the way straight. Now, what we want to do is to create up our dart. To create the dart, what you're normally going to do is take round bust minus under bust, okay? For me, my round bust is 34 minus under bust, which is 32. I'm going to have 2 inch. That 2 inch, you divide it by 2, I will have 1 inch. All right, so I can choose to mark ½ inch here and ½ inch here, or you can go ahead and just automatically, you don't have to, you can go ahead instead of dividing, minus bust minus under bust, or you go ahead and just use 3/4 inch and 3/4 inch. All right, or ½ inch like I did, ½ inch and ½ inch like I did. Mine is ½ inch and ½ inch. Remember, I said round bust minus under bust. Whatever you have, you divide it by 2. So what I'm going to do right now is to go ahead and I'm going to connect these points up like that. You can see from here to here like this, and from here to here. Take note that I'm connecting it from that ½ inch. Okay, remember, round bust is 34 minus under bust, which is 32. Then divide it by 2. From the bust point line, I'm going to go down by 3/4 inch. If you're that bossy, you can go down by 1.5 inch, depending on how bossy you are. Okay, I'm a smaller size, so round bust of 34. I'm going to connect this up to that 3/4 inch and 3/4 inch this other way too, like this, all the way to that 3/4 inch, like this. All right, once I'm done doing so, the next thing I want to do is to come here, measure up whatever I have here and divide it by 2. Okay, I have 4.2, which I'm going to mark 2.1 right there. 2.1 right here, 2.1 right here. Then I'm going to go ahead and connect these points up like this. You see what I've just done? Ooh, and moving up. Okay. So if you want it to have kind of princess dart, you can go ahead and just connect it up like this. But mine is not going to be having a princess dart, so we're just going to do something like this. After doing so, what I'm going to do is you can add a shoulder dart to it. Okay, you can add a shoulder dart. If not, just leave it up like that. why are we adding up this shoulder, that I mean the line up here? If you, in case you want to, you might separate it up for the front to have two pieces, like mix it up. All right, if not, you can just leave it up like that. So I'm going to come here and put 1/4 of my bust measurement, which is 34 divided by 4. It's going to give me 8.5. Remember, I've not added any allowance. Round on that bust, which is 32 divided by 4, is going to give me 7.5. Remember that we took a half inch both sides. I'm going to replace that up. If you don't replace it, it's going to be small. You have to replace up whatever you borrowed from there. I'm going to come here and put 1/4 of waist measurement. Right here, we don't have anything. So it is now our time to go ahead and connect it up. If you take note, I have not added up any sewing allowance, so I am quickly going to do so. 1 inch, 1 inch, and 1 inch. So this is how we're going to connect these points up. Like I said, if you don't want it to be a fitting one, there's no need for you to use up your armhole. Anita. I should have placed it up like that. Where is that line? Okay. So just try to reconnect that up. Then I'm going to bring this up, making sure everything is good and needs to go. The line should be straight. Nothing should be looking funny right there. To avoid all these funny looks, you can just go ahead and use up the armhole, the underbust on the waist, so that it won't look funny. All right. Now I've just gone ahead and reconnect that line. This is what we have. Now we have something like this. What we're going to do from this part is just to extend this line a bit by, let's say, 1 inch. 1 inch, right? Let me check. Yeah, 1 inch. You're going to come here and go up. You can go up by 3 inch, all right? You can go up by 3 inch. You can go up by 2.5 inch. So what I have there is, let's just say 2.5 inch. All right. Now I'm going to come here and mark at least 1 inch. You're going to see what I'm going to do. So from this point, you're also going to come here, repeat the same thing that you just went up. You can do 2 inch, 2.5 inch, like I say. I'm going to mark that up. Now connect these points up, passing through this point. You can see I'm making sure that I have that 1 inch right here, my 1 inch. So I'm going to connect it up. Then from here to this point, like this, or you can connect it up just from the center if you wish to. Right? You see? Can you see what I've just done there? I said if you want, you can connect it at the center. All right? So this is what I've just done here. Now, we don't have the buttonhole. All right? We are going to add up the buttonhole allowance. Let me just do 1 inch, 1 inch. You can do 1.5 inch. All right? 1 inch. Now connect it up with a straight line. Those were 1 inch were just for marking. Let me see here. 1 inch here, 1 inch. You can connect it up with a straight line. Those 1 inch were just for marking. Down like that. Take note that this line here, when you're marking it, you have to mark it up right there. Let's just assume that this part here, we have this 2.5 inch, right? so that you really follow up. I'm connecting these points up, so you should go ahead and see how you can go ahead, not how you can go ahead, not to confuse yourself. So let me just connect it up like this. So this line, we went up here by 2.5 inches. I'm just going to mark it up here, 2.5 inches. Actually, I should have marked these points up before actually like this. That's 2.5 inches from here in the button hole. You see? I don't have that eraser. Anyway, this no, this is a bone marker. So this line here, we're not going to be using it. All right, it's not necessary. This line here, we're not going to be using it, but instead this is the one we're going to be using. Now you want to come here like this, go down by let's say 6 inch. 6 inch, my 6 inch for my buttonhole. 6 inch. From that 6 inch, we're gonna place it up like this, from these points up like that. Can you see? Create a V neckline. You see what we've just done here? This is going to be the buttonhole. Just create the buttonhole right there. The buttonhole. All right? So, and here is our front piece. This is how I'm going to be cutting. I'm cutting it from here. Did you learn something? Did you learn something? Are you understanding it? If you're not understanding it, kindly let me know. Remember, I will always explain it back to you, my friend. You see? You see what we have there? This is the front. The back is gonna be easy. The back is gonna be straight from here like this. Okay, let's just measure up the length. The length is about, let's just say 15.5. The back is gonna be very, very simple. See, we have the front. Now let's go ahead and draft the back. We had our line that we drew before. For the back, this is what we're going to do. We are going to go ahead, put the shoulder measurement, divide it by 2. Mine is 14 divided by 2 will give me 7. I will slant it down by 1 inch. 1 inch right there. After slanting it down by 1 inch, I'm going to move now to the armhole depth, which is a 7 inch. All right. Let's mark the neck depth of the back is just 1.5 inch. You can mark 1 inch, it's good to go, by 3 inch. Now, I'm going to go ahead now, connect these lines up like this, following up my shoulder divided by 2, which is this one. And I'm going to go ahead and connect the chest line. After doing so, I'm going to connect up my I'm keeping the tab ready in case any of you comments, if you have question, I can see. So I'm just going to go ahead and connect this part up. Yeah, 1.5, which is right there, 1.5, which is right here. I'm going to go ahead and connect it up from that point to this point. I just paid my tape. I'm going to connect my shoulder slope. Now measure up whatever I have and divide it by 2, which is 7 divided by 2 is going to give me 3.5. Now you guys already know that the back is not the front is more deeper than the back. Okay, this is a vest coat. All right, so what I'm going to do is you can go in by, let's just say 0.25. Oh, there's no need, we don't need to go in. So we're going to connect this point up here. Normally we don't go in, but I wanted to go in. Yeah, anyway, let me leave it up like that. I'm going to put 1/4 of my bust measurement, which is 34 divided by 4 is going to give me 8.5. Normally for the back, what we do is just to connect it from here. All right, like this, from the back, like this. Like so. It's not supposed to be deep. Anita. From here to here, like this. Or you can go in by at least 0.25. I always like to go in a little bit, so I'm gonna do 0.25. You see, 0.25. I'm gonna do 0.25. For the front, we went in by, is it 1/2 inch, if I'm not mistaken, or 3/4 inch? 3/4 inch. After this, I'm gonna measure now from the shoulder to the under bust directly. From the shoulder to the length, which is about 15.5. Or should I just measure from the shoulder to the length, which is 15.5? The length of this is going to be this part here, so can easily just place it up like this. This is it. Yeah, this is the length. Why is the short? Yeah, about 16 inch. 16 inch. So we're going to be using that length because it's supposed to match up at the back. So what I'm going to do is just to go ahead and rule straight lines. Connect this under bust. You cannot, if you want, like I said, don't use the under bust. Mark the nipple to nipple. Mine is 7 divided by 2 is going to give me 3.5. I'll connect that up with a straight line like that. Then I'm going to mark 1/2 inch both sides. 1/2 inch here, both sides. The dart of the back is always different, but if you want to create it the same, there's no wahala. Okay, simply what we're going to do, because here we don't have the bust point, we're going to come here like this, measure on whatever I have, which is 4. Then we're going to go out by 1/2 inch and 1/2 inch. Bust point here, so you're going to connect it to your chest like that line, and like so, like this. Okay, then okay, this is what we have. Now measure up whatever I have, which is about 4.25. Why is it okay? 4.25 divide it by 2 is going to give more 2.2 here, and we'll connect that line up. You can go ahead and use a princess dart. All right, made a princess dart for this. It's up to you. Manipulate it the way you want. I'm going to put my round bust measurement, 1/4 of my measurement, which is right there, is 34 divided by 4 is going to give me 8.5, I'll add 1 inch. I'm going to go ahead and put 1/4 of my underbust, which is 7.5. 32 divided by 4 is going to give me 8. How did I even use this thing there? So now that I'm thinking, 32 divided by 4 is 8. I use 7.5 here. Ooh, it's 8. 8 inch, Anita. 8. A lot of you do not even complain. So this is the waist. I'm just going to use that 8 to avoid any funny look around there. So connect this up like that. You do not ask me to measure up. 8, 8, 8. What I have there is about 1 inch. I'm going to replace that up here. I'm going to do that up here as well, making sure it's the same. Making sure it's the same. Okay. All right. This is the back. And here is, remember, there's no zipper here. You're not adding any zipper because we have button hole. All right. From you cut this times 2. You cut this on fold. All right. So we cut it. The back is normally straight. So our day challenge is done. I want to just recheck this up because it's supposed to mash up from this side. Oop, I should do it a little bit longer. Anyway, it's okay. Our day 1 challenge is done. How to make a Vesco pattern. Very easy and understandable. Very easy and understandable. So let me know what you think about this. If you find it helpful, follow Anita Handmade Creation. For those of you watching on my Facebook, please kindly follow me up on please kindly go ahead and check out my YouTube channel, Anita Handmade Creation. Remember, I said we're going to be creating up. We are making 60-day challenge. Each and every day you'll be learning something new. Each and every day you're going to be learning something new. Thank you so much. I hope to see you some other time. Bye-bye. Stay cool, my lovely family all over the world. Bye. It's time for me to go and sleep. The rest code pattern. Were you on my live stream today? Check it out on Anita Handmade Creation, YouTube Anita Handmade Creation, TikTok Anita Handmade Creation. See you soon. Bye. I'm still here. I do.